Costume unlocked. Daywear. Okay. I barely know what's happening. So we're gonna go change clothes. I bought the DLC. The Necronomicon DLC. So it adds 3 side mish. So we're definitely going to be doing those. Because Necronomicon. Necronomicon. I must read this Necronomicon before Comic-Con. Up to my room. I remember how to play the game, only briefly. And this is my room. No? Okay. Whoa. This isn't my room. But I will take the gunpowder and alcohol. That's super useful. This is my room. Yeti's poisoning people. Well then. Don't have any shell casings. Look, it's a thing.
Never again, they say.
Plea for help. Dear Mr. Reed, I understand that you are a private eye that caught the murderer in the port. My life is in danger. I cannot trust anyone in this city. Please come to my room, which is just opposite yours. I'm in despair. My studies have drawn the attention of vile forces. They stalk me and will take me soon. I've cast my lot and am beyond saving, but the 7 books must be saved at any cost. Even if I'm gone, find my notes there. This knowledge must not be lost, as it could be our kind's last hope for enlightenment. Please be the bearer of this light, for I have failed. That's a Necronomicon thing. Diary Part 2. So I have the regular one, the wind coat that I normally wear, and the day wear. Bum bum. I am man about town, Charles something or other. I don't remember my own name, but it's okay. This room. Yeah, that's a freaking yellow sign, dude. You know you're in bad shape when you start seeing the yellow sign around. Building the church was his redemption. Day after day, he worked without payment, carrying stones and putting them in the moist soil of Salvation Harbor. At night, when he returned to his house behind the church, he could not sleep. The book his ancestors brought across the ocean called. When the church was built, the priest found himself hanged on the bell ropes. But the book is still waiting for someone to come and read it. His house is in central Salvation Harbor on Old Church Road, between Seven Oaks Street and Windheim Street. Since it still has a bad frame, and no one wants to live there even after the flood. The local legends may be more than mere superstition. A dozen witches were hanged on a huge apple tree that still grows near the cider mill. Among these documents is a confession. One of the witches said the devil himself granted them a book with words of power. This book hides itself from mortal eyes, waiting for the witches to be reborn and return to claim it. The witch who wrote this confession lived in eastern Reed Heights, somewhere north of the intersection of Communion Road and Museum Avenue. Could the book still be hidden there? The fishermen talk of a place near the Blackwood Manor, on the southern part of Whisper Street, where meetings occur in the dead of night. The locals don't like this part of eastern Grimhaven Bay because they seem to fear those who gather near the half-built ships. They say a certain book is read at these meetings, a cursed tome, that makes people so crave the sea's touch that they go and drown in the ocean. The one reading the book stands on a cursed boat that sinks in the fog. Those who saw it touch the shore have either gone mad or disappeared. Talking with locals is never easy, but this old chap was one of the queerest yet. He was happy to talk about the book, but only laughed when I proposed to buy it. I left it in the most guarded place in the city and paid enough to keep it there until the world ends. And if it is abandoned after the flood, even better. Ignorance is the best guardian, which is usually true in these situations. I'm guessing he meant the abandoned bank building in Northern Advent on Forefathers Street between Hillog Street and Windhalf Street, or an avenue. Alas, it would be too dangerous to go there by myself. Local women were talking about a ruined house in central Coverside, near the radio tower on the crossing of Landing Avenue and Kingsport Street. They said the ghosts of the house owner and his family still read the unholy book they kept. Several newcomers who tried to settle in those ruins have gone mad. It took a lot of effort to track down this book. After being stolen from the Throgmorton Museum, it was bought by a local surgeon who was found dead in his house after the flood. I snuck in and checked his place out, but in vain. Still, there is somewhere else the tome may be. The private hospital in Western Reed Heights, where the surgeon worked, has been abandoned. The archives say it is on Bourbon Road, between Innsmouth Road and Oak Street. So that is all the books for me to find, except for this one. I had a dream so real it still makes my hand shake. A huge Ferris wheel rose amidst the city. People got on and rode it higher and higher before jumping off at its peak. As the pile of corpses grew bigger, the crowd pushed me to the wheel. And then I saw a man with a leather bag. He was standing in the center of the wheel and reading from a book. His awful dirge was making the wheel rotate and dragging the crowd to their slaughter. Could this vision be real? I know there's a Ferris wheel at the park in Western Old Grove, near Century Avenue and Beacon Street, but where could the book be? But yeah, that's the freaking yellow sign. That's not good at all. And I gotta start whining about the book of the lineages of American families or something. I don't know. And it's gonna get real bad real fast. One of Oakmont's churches. Warren says the men mentioned a Lord of the Woods. I've kind of really lost the plot on this case. I'm like, is it what? But I should be going to the men who brought Brutus to the crematorium were most likely parishioners at one of Oakmont's churches. Warren says the men mentioned a Lord of the Woods. But I don't know of any churches of any real note. This is the main issue. Lore. Yeah, there's nothing there. I think we're gonna have to go investigate. We're gonna try City Hall first. Come on, you. I've seen the PC version of this played on a really good PC, and the loading times are almost nil. So it's just loading in as fast as the PS4 can take it, which is not incredibly fast, it seems. Enterprises after the flood. Occupation. Alright. Yeah, we need to go look at the library. The library will have the answers that we need, if anything does. Why can't I drive around a car? That would be super fun if I could drive around a car. Look, it's Sherlock Holmes. New bestseller, Sherlock Holmes. Mystery of the Creepy Watson. Because they made the Sherlock Holmes game with Creepy Watson. I feel like I need to encounter a church. Like an open church, because there doesn't seem to be any that are like open. There are buildings that are here, but they're not open. There's no one to talk to. There's no one to mention a Lord of the Forest and me go, aha! It's you! But the Lord of the Forest is Shub-Niggurath. So that's interesting. Of an old Oakmont church. Many research.
Extra.
Department of Medicine, Oakmont University. Barely any evidence has been collected at the Carpenter Manor. This one, the key stuff, but not everything has been collected. Huh. Okay. Brutus is never going to change. Graham is motivated to change things. Okay. So Brutus Carpenter is the one that we're talking about, and then his son Graham is the one. Okay. So Graham is taking over the family with a... No. Shut up. Leave me alone. I have stuff I gotta do. I have detecting to do. I must detect. Okay. I guess we're gonna go look at their house and see if I can find anything useful. Cause there's a magnifying glass. That means there's supposed to be evidence there. So I'm obviously missing a piece of evidence that I need to find. But I thought I went over that house pretty thoroughly. But we're gonna see. I'm gonna do the mind's eye thing and just kind of look at all the crap. And go insane, see myself shoot myself in the face, and, you know, all the kinds of good stuff. See, this is weird already. And that they left something smoking there. This is not how people live. And that clock is slightly off center, which is disconcerting. Let's go down to their basement, because everybody keeps all their gnarly stuff in their basement. Getting through this door, I think, would be beneficial. Or finding out where this door leads to. But I went back and I talked to Brutus, and he had nothing for me.
Something wrong.
See, and now I just can't talk to anybody, and it's just...
Yeah, you don't get these for staying in your foxhole.
And this is where he's...
Huh. Now, weren't you the one who called Robert an ape lover, Brutus?
What you making, kid?
making deductions, but I don't know.
This has been empty for years. Seems someone believes eternal life comes in a bottle.
Oh, and there it is, the nightmare. I don't understand why. Look, is that some Cthulhu art? It sure is. No, that is nothing. See, so there's nothing at the house for me to find, but it's like, yeah, look, there's an investigation here.
Don't you have work to do?
No, I'm doing my work.
Yesterday, we're beating up newcomers. Today, we're hiring them. So what's gonna happen tomorrow?
I can't talk to these bozos. Nothing in here. Oh, the eldritch patio furniture. Oh, it calls to me. Well, that's probably something significant. No, this whole big, like, shirt in the garbage. This is nothing significant. Why isn't it something significant? In any other game, that would be like a huge clue. Because it's just like glaring in their garbage. And it's just like, just there. The only old church I know is this one here, and I can't access it. No one's there. That might be a church. This is definitely a church. Look at all. It's a cemetery, which means there's a church. We're gonna go check it out. Of course, the other cemetery did not have a church. Dude, I don't even know. Maybe I'm just being stupid, but I feel like... Oh, look! This is where one of the books is. This is where one of the books is. So sidetrack, perhaps. Okay, so I cannot get on it, but he in the vision he was in the middle of the wheel, which means the wheel is definitely significant. Wow, that was hard to say for some reason. Okay. So this is an amusement park. It is not a cemetery or a church. So I was wrong on that. But I mean, that could be a church. Pretty easily, that could be a church. And this is definitely a church. I remember going there, and it wasn't like anything useful. And then this might be a church, but it's also a bad area. So I don't know if I want to go there. Maybe the white one just means that it's... No. I just haven't hit the right step yet. That's really the issue here. I'm on Uncertainty Street here. I don't know. We're going to go to Salvation Harbor and try it. So where's our fast travel? It's right here. So I've got to do this dumb side quest with the carpenters before I can figure out where Harriet Doe is. And it's like, oh my god, why? Okay. Church will be to my right. That's definitely a church.
Church of Redemption, founded in 1667. Cast away from your evil deeds and find redemption in our Lord.
Okay. Can't talk to you. Wasn't I here before? I feel like I've been here before.
The door won't budge.
See, and this is another one of those red steel doors. I feel like there's this underground network that I need to figure out and find access to. Oh. Well, I could use a health. This is health. Boom, I did it. So I feel like I'm discovering parts of a mystery that out of order, so it's not letting me, you know what I mean? See, and this is a super creepy church where there should be something super dank and not Christian going on. Something involving old gods and human sacrifice, most likely. You know, that's what should be going on right here. Oh, hey, look at that. I did find something. Hey guys, I'm Alex. You know, the guy from the videos. So, I just wanted to thank you for watching the video all the way through. You know, it's a lot of work. I appreciate it. So, you know, thank you for your view, maybe your subscription. So you can subscribe right in the bottom corner there. Then you'll be updated. Make sure to ring that notification bell. Guys, you know, subscriptions seem to mean nothing on YouTube anymore, but hey. So then over here, you'll see a video that you might like since you watched this video all the way through. Other than that, have a great day. I hope that you watch more. I'd love to see you again. We do stream, so keep an eye out for that. Announcements will be on the channel, my Twitter, all that stuff. All the information is on the overlay. Other than that, enjoy your stay on 6th Street.